We are in the losers bracket, the X Cup Summer Playoffs. They continue, everybody. We got Team Ash against Unleashed. And we are full on in best of 5 territory now. So we're done with the best of 3s. We are all about the best of 5s at this point. Today we have 4 best of 5s planned, all matches that are placed in the losers bracket. So we're gonna send a couple of teams packing today. But yeah, House of Doom is kicking things off here between the two teams. And it should be good. We should have some really nice games today, and then of course tomorrow is the final day of the tournament where we're going to crown a winner. We're going to have the winners bracket final, the losers bracket final, and the grand final, all of that tomorrow. But today we are making our way through the lower bracket. For now, a JoJo band. And we had some pretty good games. I gotta say that especially the winner bracket semifinal, the second one that we casted, the result surprised me a little bit, especially given the quality of the games. So I was expecting a different score, but at least the games that we saw on the maps were pretty awesome. So I was very happy with that. And let's see what's going on here today. I mean, again, you get prize money for every single position that we have in the top 8, so it really pays off if you are making it a little bit farther down the road, and that's what the teams are going to be fighting for here. Already with Blaze being banned out, House of Doom, of course, in map, but Dehaka, amongst others, also shines. Okay, so let's see what we're going to get from them in regards to the side lane. But Unleashed is also a team that had some really nice showing. I mean, even in the winner bracket, they had a couple of maps where it looked like they might be able to take one of the huge favorites down. And it didn't really work out in the end, but just the fact that they could hold on for such a long time and really play on an even level with them gives me a bit of hope for them here in the lower bracket. Now, then again, Team Ash, obviously, a very experienced team too. So we should be in for a couple of good games today, for sure. But yeah, either way, now we got Brightwing banned out. And on top of that, the ban on Dehaka. Alright, already making things interesting here. As I said, Dehaka is somebody that I would have expected to be picked, but they're going a full-on side lane block. So Blaze and Dehaka both taken out, which of course now also begs the question, what else are we now going to get from them? What's going to be the pick here? Even they apparently don't know. Okay, there's Lucio. Lucio, of course, normally banned, but here he is as a first pick. Really nice to just like speed up rotations across the map, and of course, depending on what kind of heroes you're playing Lucio with, you can also start to attack some of those outer structures very quickly. And I assume that we're going to see maybe a Sylvanas here, maybe a Greymane, depending a little bit on the composition. But you can play very heavily around your opponent if you have Lucio and you're trying to go for the macro approach. Falstad and Rhaegar, so they're locking in a birdie. Yeah, we get a global very quickly here with Dehaka and Brightwing band. There's not too many globals left. So 2 already in. Okay. And now the bigger question. Are we already getting a bit of a glimpse of what the damage is going to look like? Genji and Urel. Okay. Yeah, Genji, he likes chicken. Genji is a chicken connoisseur. So whenever he sees Falstad on the other side, he's just sitting there licking his fingers. He's like, it's going to be a good day, baby. So yeah, he wants to go straight in for those chicken wings. And at this point, Unleashed is also well aware that Falstad is going to have a little bit of a rough time. I mean, not necessarily, but it's definitely going to be one of the prime targets, right? So yeah, that's kind of the point. But okay, so Mirrodin gets banned. No hoppity hop together with Urel here. So now they're starting to target the front line a bit more. No support yet for the red team, so that could still be banned out here. Yeah, we're not getting too much of a glimpse just yet. A lot of the damage dealers are still up here. And Sylvanas, oftentimes, of course, a choice. Sergeant Hammer lately getting more and more popularity, especially when Oxygen is playing, as we saw yesterday. Not that it helped them. And with Hogger now banned, the side lane moves continue. I guess we're going to get Leo here for them. With Hogger, Dehaka and Blaze taken out, Urel already picked. Leo becomes the, I guess, the biggest option for them. There's Diablo. And Tychus. Okay, so they take Tychus themselves to also make sure that it's not going to be picked against them. Side laner is going to join them last. Yeah, but I gotta say, if they go for Leo here, I mean, they can play around with the Entomb. They can even use a Gust to isolate the target a little bit further. That being said, you have Urel there, you got Genji there, there's a lot of mobility for them. Lucio could also, with the sound barrier, really help out. But the last two picks for the blue team here in Towers of Doom, our first map, it is Hanzo and Garrosh. Okay, so we go full Shimada once again, with Genji and Hanzo both taken, and we get Garrosh on top of this. Not really a lot of stun available to them here. Garrosh himself, of course, contributes at least a bit, but on the other hand, once that you flip a target in, there's not like we're having a stun follow-up or some root. You have displacement with Urel that you can use, the boop on Lucio. But let's see what Morenas can do. Last pick, Risk, he's... Ah, they actually go for the Vikings! Nice! We get the Vikings in our first game, everybody. Okay, this is awesome. This is great. Towers of Doom, everybody. Here we go. Unleashed against Team Ash. It's a Viking game. Let's go straight into the first map of the best of 5 series here in the losers bracket. Game number 1, Team Ash against Unleashed, and well, off we go. Renella for the blue team with Lucio. We got Farland on Hanzo, Morenas on Garrosh, Nenopi with Genji, and my try is playing Urel. On the right side of the map, it's Icecorp on Tychus, Hertua on Rega, Aggressive on Falstad, Arabano on Diablo, and they were really debating for quite some time here what they should take as the final pick, and then they were at some point, you know what? Let's risk it. Let's go for the Vikings. Alright. I'll leave it off there. So, either way, we now get on level 1 the spy games for the... I mean, you can't really call it a side laner, but that's pretty much what the Vikings are. So, it's party time. They also took the globals away, but there's still Genji to consider. But I like that the team has the balls right from the get-go to just say, you know what, we're going to Viking it up a little bit and see where that gets us. So, me likey. For now, we have down to the bottom of the map already... what's that guy called again? Eric, yeah. Eric at the bottom of the map, Balog all the way up at the top. And they're splitting on 3 lanes, so I would honestly expect that Unleashed is starting to use their format on one single lane instead of just moving through the middle of the map. Normally you have a bit more of a focus there, but currently they're missing that. So I'm not quite sure why exactly that is. But the whole idea that you have with the Vikings in a traditional setup is a very strong 4-man is supposed to push a lane, and then the Vikings will still hold on to experience. That's normally what you're aiming for and what you're trying to do. Currently, we're not seeing too much of that happening yet, but as they're moving down to the bottom of the map, I'm pretty sure that we're going to get a little bit more of that soon TM here. But Arabano's in trouble, so Diablo has to be very careful here. Gets stunned again, and that is the end. So, Diablo down, quickly eliminated here. And with that, we have the first kill in this game for Team Ash. So the Russian-Ukrainian combo is making their play and trying to go straight up through the middle now, more or less. Trying to take a couple of those pumpkins away and steal those real quickly. Whereas the Vikings, of course, are going to shine a little bit later in teamfights most likely, but at least for now, it's more about just holding on to the experience. The Risk is going to try to keep them alive as best as he can. We already got the Indomitable. That was a little bit of a miss here, but they're still body blocking the hell out of Diablo. The turn on Morenas on the other hand, and he's low, but level 4 talents are ready a little bit sooner for Team Ash, and they're already attempting to use them here. Also an interesting adjustment that we're now seeing from Tychus. He's going into In the Rhythm here. In the Rhythm taken, and Risk is losing another Viking in the middle. It's a bit tough for him, I'm not gonna lie. With all the mobility that we have for the blue team, they can really start to take those Vikings down very quickly, and that's what they're currently trying to do. Yeah, Falsa is already croaking a little bit because he knows that he's gonna be next. For Tychus, it's super important that he gets a couple of hits together here on his level 4. Could use that in the fight right now, but doesn't do any of this. I think he's still on cooldown. I assume he was trying to use it a bit earlier. Alright, gets a couple of stacks, but not too much. The birdie is dead, but they kill also Morenas with Garrosh, so it's at least a kill for a kill. And they got the camp. So they stole the camp away. They're still losing Rega too, and with all the mobility, they will also get Diablo. So it's a trip. Hello, team? What was that, Nano P? Don't drink and drive, dude. Like, what the hell was that? We have, by the way, both of the altars at the top already taken by the red team. So they took 2 of the altars. And just to, I mean, I have to show that to you again. Have a little bit of a look here. Like, check this one out. Like, check this little play out. Like, what happened? So, Arabano is sitting here, and then Neno P is moving in and is saying, like, boys, I got him, and he just walks out. I have no idea what that was. But somehow Genji showed mercy. Genji looked at him and felt apparently a bit sorry for Diablo, and he said, like, dude, you know what? You get one free. You get one free. Next time I'm gonna kill you again. But at least now, like, just get out. Just get out. So, yeah. There it was. Not securing the kill, and well, that's a little bit of a problem. So we have the battle down at the bottom of the map again. They're trying to go for Morenas, and with 40 hit points, he escapes. He seems to be the day of the frontliner. Seems like Farlander is also barely getting out here. So nice, another escape. 4 kills to 1 in total. We now have on level 4 Eric the Swift, and we get the spin to win. So yes, Vikings are starting to hold these lanes a little bit more aggressively. Experience is still fairly similar. Nice flip on Tychus, and Ice Corp is gonna die. If he had the cooldown still available on his minigun, he might have been able to get himself a few stacks. But with that kill, the camp is open once more, and that's exactly where they're going. So they're immediately moving in, starting to take this down. Farlander also a little bit low, but there's nobody that can follow and put the final hits in. So level 10 abilities, soon TM. Next Altar is also popping up. And by that time we should roughly have rogue abilities for Team Ash. At least they should be able to delay the Altar long enough until they have their level 10 and then play around it. Risk is losing Eric down here at the bottom of the map. And Olaf is also going down. And the Vikings are getting farmed pretty hard here. Especially with Genji jumping in, that's obviously a huge problem. Whew. Battlenet with a couple of hiccups. At this point you gotta be worried that they're turning the servers off. Hopefully not, but yeah. The high 5 is in. We got the Dragon's Arrow, Decimate also. And the easy channel. Aggressive moving to the top. They want Urel, and they might actually get that kill. But then again, Aggressive is now also being caught. And he goes down, so everybody dies. But the grenade! Yeah! Ice Corp. Nice. That was actually a pretty cool move. So the initial idea of taking Urel down backfired and Falstad fell. But this was still kind of funny. I mean, look, check this out. So Aggressive is the one that gets caught here as they're trying to make a play for Urel. Then they're going for the next Viking, but in comes Ice Corp, and he just puts the grenade still straight to the face here. Urel dying, so yeah. Bruno Mars not around to catch that one. We now got 6 kills to 2 in total, and still a battle down at the bottom of the map. And Tychus with 17 stacks now. Nothing insane, but getting at least slowly towards the point where that minigun duration is extended to a decent extent. But 17, yeah, needs to get into a better spot for that. It's all about getting a target that's either stunned or slowed so that you get the entire minigun duration out. At this point is already ready for it again. Gets a few hits in. Alright, yeah, we are 27, so got another 10. Off we go, so slowly and steadily, Tychus is able to get more damage out. The Vikings again in trouble, already Ancestral and Gus being used, but the Dragon's Arrow against Rhaegar puts him into a real awkward position. He's down, so is Hanzo, and Genji is just slicing and dicing and killing everybody here. They get the birdie, and as it stands, Tychus, Diablo, and Falstad are all eliminated. 11 kills to 3. Team Ash taking a big step towards a potential victory in game number 1. The Vikings still rushing around here, but we got now level 13 talents for the blue team. The channels, of course, happening as Renella is starting it down at the bottom of the map. Diablo trying for a second to get close enough and can't really make it happen. Eric was at least attempting to delay the mid channel, but even that backfired as he dies, and they are still getting those 4 shots. Now Tychus is currently sitting at 20,000 damage. Hanzo is already at 32,000 and Genji himself at 27k. So damage numbers really not all that crazy for Unleashed at this point. The Viking strategy can obviously still pay off in the late game here. After level 16, when you have the Large and in charge for Olaf, you can make a couple plays with stuns into the backline and maybe try and lock Lucio temporarily down, or even Hanzo. But they need to get a bit more done than that. And if they already play around in the rhythm here with Ice Corp, then getting more stacks together would of course be the way to go here. So maybe they can pull that off before they reach the late game and then capitalize on this damage output a bit more than they are currently doing. 29 stacks are just not going to be enough. The minigun duration needs to be extended at least a bit if he wants to have a huge impact here in the fight. And, well, there we go. Gets to the 35, still has to move away. Arrow gets dodged, nice. They're also trying for the gust here. Aggressive position by that. Morenas is low. Can they get the kill? They should be able to, and they finally do. So down goes Garrosh. And they're looking for more. The bell tower at the bottom of the map has already been taken, but if they're able to get another kill here, then maybe can take it back right away. Nenopi popping his ult on Genji ruined that plan, at least for now, but he can still try to pressure this. Vikings able to maybe channel the top, but also in a position where they could now try and get the experience on both lanes, and even Odin gets popped with that minion wave, as they're doing their best to retake that bell tower as quickly as possible. And from the looks of it, they should be able to do that before any channel on the altar is even happening. So yeah, Nenopi going for another potential kill, but this time Arabano with Diablos around to help Olaf out, Balog. And with a retake of the altar, it's going to be an even channel for the two teams. Each team is going to take one altar, 4 shots fired on each side. Still the lead, of course, for Team Ash. But then again, as long as they're getting this one, they are still in reach. But they are struggling with this a little bit. Having some trouble here. And they're forced into a fight that they don't really want to take, Vikings included. So Balog is still trying to interrupt, but there's the Ancestral. Barely in time. And for now, Diablo is fine, and he makes it out of the fight. I got shot down there quickly. They go for my try. Oh, Ice Scorp, and he's dead. Tychus is down. Everybody on the blue team is low, but they get the channel. Both of the altars go over to Team Ash, as my try is focusing on the experience in the mid lane again. Well, the only good news here is really that at least the stacking process for Tychus is now looking a lot better, but with the boss also being claimed by Team Ash, they are really putting a number on Unleashed. We now have them down to 16 points, and with the boss taken, they're going to be down to 12. A dozen hit points on the core is all that they're sporting for now, and they're 2 levels behind too. So that's another problem. And well, we have with the same thing now, down at the bottom of the map, another battle going on, and this time the front line is really duking it out once again. There's already the Indomitable, the camp is still taken, they try to go for the barbecue and they just can't take it. The arrows are missing like crazy, by the way. This is, I think, the 3rd arrow that just barely misses the target, moving through the entire team more or less. So they just were not able to get that block, that stun, and then the kill. But they're still fighting for it. And level 16 is now closing in for the red team. So maybe they have a chance to finally fight. Largen charges there for the Vikings. Now they can start to really contribute a bit to team fights. 14 kills to 4 though. It's not been a good game for Unleashed. They're not out of this yet. Comebacks are always possible on this map. But they need a lot of momentum if they really want to have a chance to bring this one back. 1 level behind. Still manageable. But it's a triple altar phase now. They have the same talent here at least, but they need kills. They really do. And our Viking player, he needs to keep his boys alive and make sure that he has a chance to interrupt those altars at the top for as long as possible. Down here, they're already trying to fight for it. Yeah, top right, while we have the battle. Vikings are starting to channel. Arabano a little bit low. The Ancestral is there once again, but it might not be enough. Gets the heals. It's alive. Diablo. They still keep him in play. And the Vikings are dealing with the top lane really well. 1 channel has already happened. Balog a little bit lazy, didn't immediately move on. Olaf is down, but Risk is not interrupted. I mean, honestly, that could have been played a little bit better by Unleashed here, but as it stands, they at least get a kill on Garrosh again. So the front line is really suffering in this game. The birdie gets also plucked, so once again, a couple more chicken McNuggets in the basket, as both Hanzo and Lucio get murdered. They try to go for Rhaegar, and he's out of mana, he's out of hit points, and he's out of patience, trying to run away here, as Ice Scorp with his Tychus is really the one that is doing the most work in an attempt to help them out. But the channel has happened, and out of the 3 altars, Unleashed is taking 2. 8 points to 24. They have a bit of an upper hand, at least for now. So, 19 to 18, the levels here. And it's getting exciting, it's getting interesting. Because now there's at least a couple of camps that were stolen away. They can maybe open the bot lane up a little bit. A few more hits here against Durell would also... well, they popped the ult. Can they actually body block enough? No. Yeah, that would have been the dream. Can you imagine her dying here? That would have been an absolute disaster for Team Ash. You don't want to lose the momentum that late in the game. What are these pumpkins doing? The fuck is that? They're trying to take a run-up or something? Like, I don't know. Yeah, that is... I mean, that's an F right there. That's an absolute F. These fuckers aren't doing anything. There we go. Finally. Apparently they wanted to live. Who has heard of shit like that? Pumpkins that don't want to die? No suicide there? Apparently somebody gave them hopes and dreams. We can't have that. No, 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 no. They YOLO'd into the tower after all and took it down, but damn son. These fuckers were a little bit lazy. I don't know what's going on there. Zets and Zex. So, level 20 talents are there. We got the Deadly Calm and we got the Mixing Fire. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, we're gonna send a bug report to Blizzard. I am sure that they're gonna fix it soon. Oh, of course. Hashtag copium. Alright, Arabano. Yeah, the Ancestor. Just a moment too late. And he's down for the count. This time the arrow connects, but only with the Viking. Yeah, Morenas has died 3 times. Diablo died 5 times. So, yeah, they still try to retake that bell tower. And Lucio is already channeling. So, yep, there we go. 4 shots fired, they're down to 4 points. Guys, one more altar is gonna end the game here. One more altar is all that's needed. Another Ancestral is out. Alright, they're still on... Rega, no! The dog is dead. Always knew that Team Ash was a lot of cat people. Yeah, the Vikings are just not heavily having the impact that they're hoping for. Not even a little bit. So, kind of unfortunate. Boss should be up soon as well, by the way. Yeah, 11 seconds. And they can go right for it. They can go right for the boss. And they're already waiting here. That is going to be the end of game number 1. I gotta give it to Unleashed. They tried something. They went for the Vikings. And I can absolutely appreciate this. But it didn't work out for them. Vikings died also a little bit too much to my liking. So right now there's obviously still the attempt to go for the fight, but with Tychus now being focused and likely killed, there it is. This should be the end of it. There's just nothing that he can do at this point anymore. Without Rhaegar, without Tychus, and maybe without Diablo, yeah, what are you gonna do? All 3 of them down, the arrow gets fired as well. I don't even know why they're farming them at this point. You might just as well go for the boss and end it. End the suffering here. So it is going to be a lead in the series for Unleashed, for Team Ash. Played a great game here and played really well around the Vikings. Unleashed had trouble in the team fights, even with some of these arrows missing. Now they're just stopping them from getting any closer on this. And, well, Falstad dies again. Farlander is literally waiting this out. They're killing Rhaegar. They're farming them hard. We have 30 kills now in total as they're trying to go for the Vikings one more. And Farlander is just, yeah, having a little bit of a look there. Rest of the team is apparently YOLOing. At least Lucio's already dead. And, well, there it is. The shots are fired, the game is won, and Team Ash takes the lead in the best of 5 series here in the losers bracket of the X Cup Summer Playoffs. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Battlefield of Eternity, the second map, Team Ash against Unleashed. And I gotta give them some extra points for using the Vikings on the first map, but Unleashed, they fell a bit short. Team Ash was just a bit too strong there. And yeah, pretty happy about at least the compositions that we're seeing here, but obviously let's see what's now going on Battlefield of Eternity. It's a very, very different map and we can expect totally different compositions here. So we're starting things off once again with the first pick, first ban for Unleashed, and then we can figure slowly out what exactly Team Ash has planned for this one. Is it going to be just a race on the Immortal? Are the teams trying to go for the team fights instead? We saw both approaches yesterday. So yeah, we'll have a look there. I want to also, again, give a big shout out to Mr. X. As I said, this is for now the last season of the X Cup. We had 4 seasons in total. And I'm going to be honest with you. When he approached me the first time and was talking about trying to host Heroes of the Storm series and being willing to put some prize money on that, I really thought the guy was just kidding. I was just like, yeah, bullshit. I got the message and I was just like, all right, I'll reply, but that sounds like bullshit to me. And he was serious. So yeah, this is sometimes how awesome the community can be. Literally Heroes of the Storm fan that was unhappy about HGC being cancelled by Blizzard and said, I want to do something for the competitive scene. I've been a player ever since Alpha, ever since Beta, and I want to make sure that we still have some competition going on. And now we are in our 4th season, and we still have some amazing games here. We had 10 qualification tournaments for the teams. There's a lot of freedom how they can participate with all of this. So yes, once again, a huge shout out to him, to Mr. X. And without him, none of this would have been possible. So the teams here playing now for the 4,000 euros of prize money that we have on the line. And again, we are also breaking this down, even down to the 8th place, that every team that makes it into the playoffs gets at least a bit of pizza money. Sylvanas and Hogger are the first one to be taken here, and we also got Hanzo. Hanzo, of course, is the first pick here. So Hanzo, as usual, enormous damage towards the Immortal, can really pack a chunk, and then you have, at the same time, great stuns and everything. So, yeah. But here we go. We got... yeah, Uther and Jojo. Alright. The cool thing about this is you can actually, if you wanted to, you could play Uther as the main tank, Johanna on the side lane, and then add an additional support in there. You could actually do that. So we'll see if it happens. I would say no, but it's honestly possible. Sometimes stuff like that is kind of fun because you can try to mislead your opponent a bit and suggest to them that you're playing the game a certain way and then completely blindside them. But we have seen similar approaches in the past, and of course even in the days of HGC there were some heroes that could be played in both positions. ECC, for example, could be played as a main tank or as a side laner. And Jojo has found herself in that situation for quite some time now too, where she has been played as a side laner as well and can then join the team fight as a proper second tank. And with Uther you have of course somebody that can also main tank. So there's a couple of different things that you could technically try to do. Vala gets banned. That's an F from my end. Like, I want to get my Vala here. Vala would be nice. But Muradin, he gets taken out. And it's time for the next double pick. So, where do we go? Renella Morenas. They got the lead. This is the best of 5. And of course, now you're in the unfortunate spot that if you lose this series as well, you're out of the tournament, right? So for Unleashed, it is their tournament life that is on the line here. Move forward or get eliminated. Deckard Cain and Diablo. Yeah, we're digging a little bit deeper into the Diablo universe. The two rivals here going up against each other, with the final 2 picks coming in for Unleashed. So now we're going to find out if they were trying to be a little bit cheeky here with their picks. Don't really think so, but it would be cool. I love when somebody is able to throw a little bit of a curveball in the draft. Now this is oftentimes a bit overvalued, where you not necessarily win the games through this, but it can be fun. And there it is. They don't go for the second support, but they indeed play Johanna in the side lane position up at the top. And it is hammer time. So we get Sergeant Hammer. There's some blinds in play, of course. Battlefield of Eternity is the second map, everybody. Unleashed against Team Ash. Let's go. Battlefield of Eternity. Prepare yourselves for battle. It's battle time, everybody. We are in game number 2 of the series, and it's Battlefield of Eternity. Time to party it up a little bit with the teams here. And on the left side, we this time have Deckard Cain, played by Renella. We got Morenas on Diablo, Nenopi with Sergeant Hammer, Mitra and Sylvanas, and Farlander on Hogger. On the right side of the map, it's aggressive with Tychus. We got Hertua on Uther, Arabano on Garrosh, Ice Corp on Hanzo, and Risk is playing the side lane Johanna. Yeah, again, on a map like Battlefield of Eternity, Jojo can side lane. She has, if she goes for Laws of Hope, a lot of self-sustain. Even without it, you just got the Iron Skin. You have the wave clear that you need. So it's really difficult to take her down. But Sylvanas is now making the play in an attempt to take the tower down, and they're already putting pressure on Risk. It's a 2-3 split though, which means that we now have down at the bottom of the map 4 heroes for the red team in an attempt to also do some structural damage, which isn't really working out right now, just simply because it's hammer time. And Nenopi is making their life very difficult down here, so pushing into Sergeant Hammer is never a pleasant experience. Up towards the top, still Risk, Fallen on Mitra. So they might even keep this up for a bit longer and just try that 2-3 split with Sergeant Hammer defending the bot lane. So it's pretty much what's going on here right now, honestly. That's exactly what they're doing. But Morenas gets attacked. And he makes it out with 150 hit points. Aggressive is this time the one that is playing Tychus here. By the way, he's playing with that ugly lizard, that pleb lizard. I thought that he has a unique and rare mount that he could use now. So, given that there are unique and rare mounts that everybody has, he should probably take that. I mean, Blizzard literally stopped development for this one. That's how good it is. They were like, alright, our job here is done. We peaked. Oh, that was probably really the discussion. They created the mount. They were like, guys, we peaked. We peaked. It doesn't get any better than that. It is rare. It is unique. We just peaked. Let's just stop development. That's how far it goes. We've accomplished everything that we ever dreamed of. The sad thing is I can totally see it. Oh god. Alright. So here's the flat mount. No new... Like, yeah, where's the... Okay, wherever I jump, there's kills. Alright, so I didn't catch any of these kills. And we got two. We got Hanzo and we got Diablo taken out. And I guess technically Farlander could have also fallen. But Risk still has to defend him over here. I was still laughing. The problem is I couldn't catch these kills because I had to wipe the tears out of my eyes. Because I was just laughing so hard. But yeah. As it stands, the top 4 has already taken damage. So Team Ash is already starting this up with some really nice work. Taking the wall down in and of itself is already great. They made the best out of the composition that they have. They split Sylvanas and Sergeant Hammer and just did their thing there. And as the game continues, this could be an ongoing problem for Unleashed. But again, they got the advantage that they're running in team fights 2 tanks. So Jojo in a side lane position is allowing them to play more or less a double tank in the big fights. Arabano missing the kill on Farlander here. So yeah, that didn't work out. Bot lane, Sergeant Hammer is now doing her thing. And is hitting this one hard. I mean, really hard. Yeah, this is looking like they are gonna get maybe even some fort damage in with the camp that is still in place. But as Unleashed rotates in, they can stop this one. But then again, top is getting pressured. So they are really out-rotating in here. This 2-3 split is a real problem. Aggressive is going to go down. I don't think he's going to get the kill. He was really hoping to take Sylvanas apart here, but it didn't happen. Farlander is going to get the kill on Tychus. That's 2 kills to 1. Objective is, of course, up. There's still a few remainders of the camp at the bottom of the map that are doing damage here. But this Sylvanas and Sergeant Hammer approach is something that Unleash is having some real problems dealing with. And look what's happening as the teams are starting to fight for the Immortals. We have topside Toga going for the fort. So the first fort is taken out. That gives them level 7. So now we have even mobility on Sergeant Hammer. It's getting real bad here. The Cube Mastery on level 7 now. Still a fight at the bottom of the map as Morenas gets attacked. They might be able to get the kill here, especially with Tychus coming in. And it still doesn't work out for them. Ah, boy. Yeah, they are in for a world of hurt if this continues. So now, next play is being made here. Risk is again moving back out. Their kill on Sergeant Hammer. Finally, a sign of life here from Unleashed. Hell, it was about time. But they need more than that. That just can't be all that they're getting here. They need a little bit more on that. They already make the next player, at least trying to. Diablo goes down, and it is just full-on slaughter time here in the middle of the map as the teams are fighting for objective number 1 on the Immortal. But the structures that have already been damaged by Team Ash are going to become a huge issue later on. It seems like the first Immortal will also be taken by... Actually, a good question. They might win this one. Oh, and they barely lose out on it. Now, the shield is incredibly low, so that's at least that. But, yeah. Either way, we got all the way up at the top. Risk now doing his thing here. Again, with the wave clear that Condemn brings. We have 2 stacks on Master Assassin. Obviously, you don't take it for the stacking. As I said in the past, it's all about the passive. But the blue team continues that split push approach. They always split Sergeant Hammer and Sylvanas. They know that both of them are very, very good with this, and they're trying to do their thing. So, as it stands, we now have at the bottom of the map the fort attacked, and only Jojo is trying to defend the top lane. This is going to be a problem. that keep is going to be exposed. So definitely a bit of an issue here. Already, Diablo down, and so is the fort. 2 kills to 4. I mean, they killed Diablo, but the fort still has fallen, and they're buying time for the top lane, and that is where Sylvanas and Hogger have now destroyed the wall. So structurally, they're pushing farther and farther ahead, and level 10 is also incredibly close. Getting a little bit worried, honestly, for Unleashed at this point. So far, their strategies have not worked out. We are 6.5 minutes in, and they lost both of their forts. Not a good spot to be in. We got the Napalm, and we got the Lightning Breath. But here we go. My try. And he's down. Okay, so the kills are coming. The kills are coming. There's level 10. Diablo with the barbecue attempt, but the Divine Shield is saving Tychus, and they're turning it on Diablo. This could actually be a big downfall for Team Ash. They're killing Tychus, but I think they're going to lose a few of their heroes too. Renella is low, but Hanzo misses the shot, and Uther dies. Oh, not like this. Now we got the falling sword. Tychus falling, yeah, that was more or less a given, I guess. But I thought really that they could at least get a kill on Deckard Cain, if not Diablo too. So as it stands, we have 5 kills to 4 in favor of Unleashed, but they are behind in structures, and they're still struggling here. It's a little bit more tricky for Team Ash to get value out of the split push approach now that they have to go so deep, but they still are about to get a kill here. Or are they? Arabano makes it out. Nice engage from Jojo as she's making sure that they are not able to get the drop on Garrosh. With Tychus, they're still all low. Tychus going into Odin was maybe not really even worth it here. Immortal is up, the flip, and Dibbles is dead. Diablo is down, but so is Garrosh. Yeah, and of course, there's still camps pushing the side lanes, and this one is also stolen. It's not a super clean game from Team Ash, but they are making all the right moves. They have camps on the lanes, they're doing split push pressure, they're stealing the camps away. I mean, look at the minimap for just a second. The entire minimap is blue. They're literally painting the map blue and are now just trying to remove the final few red dots of it. Bot lane attack, top lane attack. Nice dodge with the Iron Skin here on the mind control. It's a 5 versus 5 again, but the halftime show is already over. So things are looking really good for Team Ash in game number 2 of the best of 5. Still a chance of tearing it around. There's the arrow. Follow up. They try for Sylvanas, but they can't get a hold of her. And now it's Ice Gorp who's in trouble. Divine Shield used very early. They go for Farland. That should be a kill. That has to be a kill. It is a kill. So they get the kill and they want Diablo too. The taunt is already in. The Warlord's challenge is there. Morenas is low, but he's still alive. And it's still a 5 versus 4. Mind control is missing. And they're still poking them down here. But you gotta still understand that this is only a 50% immortal for the red team. So the longer Team Ash has time to get damage in, the better the situation for them. Lanes are pushing too. So while defending, you have to go and take your opponent's immortal down. And it's not going to be easy with Hogger back to business. 5 versus 5 right now. So, yep. Here we go. But yeah, Diablo is dead. And Sylvanas is starting to push at the top lane again. Aggressive is already there. And not even stopping her. I mean, he's at half HP. He can't engage against Sylvanas like this. But he at least distracted her a bit. And now the top lane, Keep, is getting attacked by the minion wave. Quick Odin gets popped. They really have to win this one. I mean, yes, their talent down, but Unleashed has to do something. Mind control against Hanzo. He's dead. Easy kill. Great play by my try. Completely catching her off guard here. I didn't expect her to be there at all. And now we're once again coming in with another stir a while and get wrecked. As Deckard Cain comes in, sets the kills up. They want to go for Uther, they want to go for Garrosh, and they get the ladder. Uther at least escapes, but as I said, the Keep in trouble, and the Immortal is falling. Okay, Immortal is down. Haha. And of course that means that the bot lane is now going to get attacked, because the top Keep has already lost hit points. But yes, here we are. Here we are. So this is now the moment where they could technically even go for maybe even the game. If they bridge that one level, they have a chance. Oh, but this is a kill. Yep, Hanzo with an arrow. Hanzo gets the arrow out and they take Sylvanas apart. So that is going to help a lot. Sylvanas, by the way, with 25,000 damage, whereas we see 32,000 for Sergeant Hammer and 40,000 for Tychus, and he just continues the fight. They're trying to go for Farlander again. So for that isn't happening. Diablo gets attacked, and look at Ulta. He goes for the Divine Shield and gets out of the fight. Ice Corp is also escaping. Can they save everybody? Damn, son, what? Wow. They saved everyone. They got their kills and they saved every single player. So they might lose the keep, but they definitely still have a fighting chance here. That's pretty impressive given where they started this battle. So they're looking for more kills. Their keep is gone. They knew that was never in the cards holding it. Deckard Cain is also dead, and now they should probably try and take the Immortal down before it does any structural damage that they can't recover from. But yeah, what an escape. I mean, duh. That was great. A little bit of damage on the core. Nothing insane. 8 percentage points lost. But really interesting now. Great save by them. Yeah, well done. And now, of course, still the question. What else can they do here? We currently have a chance for them to bring it back, but Deckard Cain is back on the map in another 5 seconds. First they take their camp. They need to go to level 16. That's going to be the big one. We got the mechanical know-how now and also the will of the Forsaken. Can they win another fight? They haven't taken a fort down yet. They've just been on the defense like all game long. But they're getting their kills. It's 11 kills to 7. As the death timers increase, this is getting better and better for them. The problem is they still need to get those kills now, and it's nearly not looking that good. With Sylvanas pressuring the top lane continuously, it also means that eventually this keep is going to fall. And once that it does, there's not going to be a single structure for them remaining, so these catapults are... they're already a pain in the ass. But it's going to get so much worse here as the game continues, and yeah, they're just losing too much. The camp is also stolen, and this one's gonna fall. There's level 16 though. They're trying for Diablo again. There's the party, there's the fight, there's the follow-up from Deckard Cain. They try to go for Ulta. He somehow gets out. Hanzo is dead. Ulta is dead. Oh boy. Sylvanas dies, but they got so many kills trading with her. Now it seems like this is gonna be the inevitable end of game number 2. The top keep, it's falling, and they're desperately trying to defend here, but Sergeant Hammer has already started to fire a few shots towards the core. The keep is gone, the Immortal is spawning, but with only 2 defenders being left, the 2 tanks, there's little to be done here. They're slowly taking this down. They got the numbers, they can make the play now, and they're definitely trying. Now the defense is desperate. They're still trying to somehow survive throughout all of this, but the camp is now on the core and it's losing hit points way too quickly. This is a 2-0 lead in the best of 5 for Team Ash. Nicely done, GG, and well played. Braxis holdout, game number 3. Unleashed is in an uncomfortable position right now. 3 match points. That's what Team Ash has. So at this point, the question is, can they win one of the maps, yes or no? This is really what they got to do, win 3 in a row if they want to move on to the next round of the losers bracket. If not, they're out of the tournament. And so far, it really just feels that Team Ash is the better team here. They have sometimes a couple of scrappy situations and maybe push the envelope a little bit too far occasionally, but generally speaking, it's working. They are getting their kills. They were actually doing a great job with the side lane pressure from the beginning in map number 2. Always out-rotating the opponent's team, especially, of course, in the way that they were executing that dual split push with Sergeant Hammer and with Sylvanas. So, yeah, that worked well. But Unleashed, what are they going to do now? They played Tychus twice in a row, so that didn't really work for them. We have Braxis, and that in and of itself is interesting because this is another map that is a little bit more snowbally, and it was chosen by Team Ash. So if you are the team that takes the opponent's forts down first, it means that they don't have a fountain and no fallback options, and it gets very tricky if you're trying to go for the beacon. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, either way. We now got Genji and we got Sylvanas, so both of them eliminated. Again, every single hero that can traverse terrain very easily is usually good here. That means Genji, means Karazim as a support, Nuburak, Muradin, Hanzo to an extent, Urel. Then you have the Haka for the jump, Brightwing. So anything that has a lot of mobility and that can really just traverse terrain is good here, because oftentimes you end up in scenarios where you're just having to consistently rotate between the top and the bot lane, either for objective control with the beacons or just to out-rotate your opponent, gank up on them. Junkrat is another one that of course offers that mobility. And yeah, there's quite a bit of that going on, and I would assume that those heroes are being picked here once again. Especially when it comes to heroes like Muradin, for example. Now, there's a couple of different approaches how you could play it. I mean, we've seen teams that go, for example, with a very strong 4-man with the Zarya onto a bot lane rampage. Renella with Uther, and we get Maiev here, alright. So Uther not really fitting that bill properly, but with the Divine Shield, let's see what they're gonna do here. And then again, Unleashed, they've been playing their own style here. They've been playing Tychus now twice in a row. Doubt that they're going to do that here now. And there's definitely a few heroes that I would expect from other teams that I don't really think either one of them are going to use. Lucio, of course, is helping with those fast rotations as well. So we get Lucio and we get Muradin as expected. But what are they going to ban out now? We still got Risk up and we got Ice God up, so you could ban out the side laner. Take your own in the next pick phase. And I think that's probably the likely approach here for them. Let's see. Yeah, the Haka. They banned the Haka out. Could take Urel if they wanted, top side. Of course, you still have Rexa. Rexa hasn't really made that many appearances lately. Normally, he's a really good pick on Brax's Holdout and also on Dragonshire, but lately he hasn't really been picked a lot. Could ban the front line now. Technically, there's a lot of dive potential for Team Ashe still available, even with Maiev here. So, I mean, it's do or die, right? So the red team really has to make an impression now. Hogga gets banned. That still leaves us with Urel, which is likely going to be the pick top side. If anything, I'm a bit more surprised that they're hesitating this long with their picks. There's always the question, like, how long should you wait if you already know what you're picking? Do you pick immediately? Do you just buy a little bit of time, think about stuff? Oh, we get a Vala, what the hell? Vala and Imperius, not really heroes that I necessarily expected here. At least not Vala. I mean, I like it, don't get me wrong. Big Vala fan, obviously. But not really the composition that I expected them to choose. So, what do we get for the red team? The final two picks for Unleashed. They still need damage. And there's Rexa, we get him. Rexa for the top lane, the king of Dragonshire. Also extremely strong on Braxis. And we get Phoenix together with him. Yeah, Junkrat, Phoenix. Could go full brrrr. But a bit more interesting, what is Farlander going to pick now? Because there's a few ways that they could play this now. They could try and get another melee in and play Vala as the only ranged. Gazlo! The fuck just happened? They go for the Gazlord? Okay. Give him the claps. Guys, Brax's Holdout is the map. Game number 3. Can the Gazlord take them down? We'll find out right now on the third map of the best of 5 series in the losers bracket. The 2-0 lead for Team Ashe as we are headed for Braxis. We got Renella on Uther, Farlander on the Gazlord. I haven't seen him in a long time. Morenas is playing Maiev, Mitra and Imperius, Nenopi is rocking Vala. And on the right side of the map we got Unleashed with Ice-Scope on Phoenix. We got Arabano on Muradin, Aggressive on Junkrat, Atua on Lucio, and Risk on Rexa. Auto attack style even for Vala. Look at that. Somebody has a lot of faith in his abilities here. So yeah, Nenopi down at the bottom of the map is going to do his thing. We have the big game hunter for Gazlo. And that should actually be fairly cool here. So already the Gazlord in straight in with the clown skin too. And yeah, let's see how they're gonna play this now. First, we have just a mad brawl in the middle of the map. Vala is the only one that is absolutely unimpressed, still sitting down at the bot lane. Junkrat is joining her. So they're going to try and take that lane control quickly. But yeah, good stuff. The Gas Lord and the auto attack Vala without real double support or anything like that. So Nenopi has to be very, very careful how he plays this now. Rexa is already dead up at the top. So while the fight down here continues and Nenopi nearly dies, we have Rexa dying at the top, Lucy down at the bottom of the map. So instantly 2 heroes down on the side of Unleashed. And this is not a good start for them, obviously. Losing top lane control already as is. Losing the support down at the bottom of the map. 2 kills to 0. Team Ash, they really want to move on here. The winner of this series faces off against Team Oxygen in the next round of the tournament. Already, camps are getting attacked, and I'm not so sure if the red team should really go for the invade right now. I mean, they're doing exactly that, but it will be a bit tricky. Nenopi gets the shots connected, stacks a bit more, and they take Murden down. Apparently Unleashed thought that the best way to deal with this situation is to go into full-on aggression. But it's not really working out for them. Gazlo is taking another camp up at the top. And with 15 stacks, Vala is doing her job as well. So yeah, camp gets taken, Farlander can focus onto the lane again. Whereas Rexa was just waiting for a second to see if he can maybe slow down any kind of rotation. But they're ganking up on Rexa again. They ganked him once earlier with Gazlo and Imperius, and now they're doing the same thing again. There's the tether, and that's another kill. Rexa gets wrecked, and that is a grisly situation as Misha is taken down too. So it's rough. 4 kills to 0 at this point. Level 4 talents are already available, and they should get the access on both of the beacons. But at least Unleashed got some progress. They're at 18%, so this isn't a winner-takes-all objective. Therefore, any progress that you make really matters. Yeah, another hit by the Gas Lord. And they are trying here. Rexa with the Hunter-Gatherer on level 4. And Vala is at 29 stacks. So Vala is still stacking this up, but into the Death Dealer too. The Money Kick is still the best mount in the game. This hasn't changed. It's very unique and very rare. I know we have other rare and unique mounts, but this one is clearly better. Nenopi! No! Did he not see that? Damn. Vala down, 1 Gambit stack removed. But I'm actually a little bit surprised, because that looked very obvious. I don't think he saw that there was a Junkrat mine. If not, I mean, he would have probably died anyways trying to dodge it. But in this case, it was a given that once that he enters that, he's gonna be dead. Morena's talking about dead, he's barely surviving. Nearly got killed too. But they are taking the beacon again. So 50% on the progress against 18. It's not too shabby. Junkrat is trying to take the top once more. Rexa is helping out at the bottom. They go for Morena's. Ah, Maiev, she gets out. Has still the Vault of the Warden. So easy move out of the fight as Farlander is taking over. And setting up a couple of turrets too. So that helps him as well. Morena's is always like in the thick of things. Looking for another tether, jumping out, getting the heal at the last moment. But with Lucio diving in deep, he could fall this time. And yes, Maiev is dead. Maiev is down, 4 kills to 2. Unleashed starting to fight back a little bit. But we have 68% now in the progress bar for Team Ash, and there's nobody sitting at the top lane to deal with the situation at hand. So Imperius can now push for free. It's Rexa that moves over with Misha, trying to deal with it. And well, here we are. Farlander still doing his thing. Vala gets attacked. This time she jumps out just in time to make sure that Junkrat doesn't get the isolation on her. With 57 stacks, we already have the first quest reward stack. Yeah, and they're getting a little bit farther ahead now, 44%. So no matter how this ends up, we will at least get a halfway decent objective for the red team. But Misha is getting farmed. Misha and Rexa, they're just dying up at the top. And now at least the camp is going to be taken, but I gotta say that top lane is in trouble. Now, of course, the beauty of Rexa is that he usually wins the 1v1 on Brexis. Well, the 1v1 in the sense that he wins the objective. But these rotations are such a problem for him. And now Phoenix is there too. And they're going for another kill. They want the triple, and they get the triple. Vala is getting some mad damage already with 77 stacks at the 5-minute mark. She's doing some work, suffering a death or not. We have Vala currently on 15,000, Maiev on 16k. And they really, really want objective number 1. They're getting much, much better here. Alright, now, top side, Farlander, just pushing. They're going for him again. Like, these rotations are not announced, apparently. It honestly really seems like there's very little communication between the players on the side of Unleashed. Rexa is getting caught over and over and over again by these moves. And that shouldn't happen. His team should be telling him, dude, we don't know where they are, be careful. Move a little bit back. But it's a tough spot to be in, no matter what. At some point, of course, you have to make your stand, but this is going to be the end of the top fort. And down at the bottom of the map, Gazlo is dealing with it as best he can, and is making a play for Junkrat even. So yeah, he's trying to get the kill here. Farlander is just chasing aggressive away. And this is getting a bit crazy for Junkrat. Farlander wants him. Look how far he's chasing him. Jeez, and that's a kill. What? Okay. So they chase him across the entire map, past the fort. They don't care. Level 10 abilities are now available. Maiev still with the moves, and now with 10 kills to 3, Phoenix dies too. They're going for Misha, and that is just nasty business. Have a look at this one. I mean, he just chased him. Look at this. He's just moving past the fort. He doesn't give a shit. Just comes in, then we get Junkrat. And everything is based. And Gazo even turns around. He even turns around. He's like, yeah, I don't need help. He's dead. I've calculated it through, and he's definitely down. So, beautiful kill. Junkrat, no chance. At least Uther gets taken out now at the top. As did Maiev. So, they got a few counter kills. But it doesn't change the fact that the bottom fort is now getting murdered by Farlander as Gazlo is giving them clamps. And at the top, the entire wall is destroyed. So, they are falling so far behind. It's nasty. Yep. Fort is down. Marine is going to kill it. And Farlander might even be able to get away from this. Maybe not. Yeah, now that Vala is here, that's a bit too much damage for them to handle. So, we are 7 minutes into the game. 2 forts have been destroyed. 10 kills to 6. 1 level lead for Team Ash. And Phoenix hasn't taken his ult yet. He could still go brrr. Well, no, he goes for the salvo. There's the delivery system. They go for Muradin. Delivery straight into the Gazlo stun, and that combo eliminates Muradin. They're trying to steal the camp. They will steal that camp, and they've won Phoenix apparently. Now they're not able to get him, but they take the camp, and Phoenix, well, nearly died. Does he go? Yeah, of course he's going for the boss. Give him the clamps. The clamps. Comes in, takes him on, and that's going to be a boss for Team Ash. What a series by them. What a game here too. Picking Gazlo and then comboing it off with Imperius multiple times. Getting the ults ready, just chasing Junkrat, not caring in the world what he does. Now the cage at the bottom. Straight a flip into the ult of Nenopy. Into the stun with the Rain of Vengeance. And Rexa goes down again. The man with the mask has fallen once more. Warum hast du eine Maske auf? Warum liegt hier Stroh in der Ecke? Rexa, he's seen it all. The man with the mask, and he's not the only one that dies. It's also a kill against Phoenix. Absolute murderous game. Team Ash taking no prisoners here. Coming in with level 13 and the boss at the bot lane. Beacons activating in 20, and they are just crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. They want to go for another kill on Arabano, and they nearly get it. The Riptire comes out once again. But damn. And of course, Nenopy is just stacking and stacking and stacking. He's at 33,000 damage. Is also using Misha as a pin cushion here. Trying to get a few more stacks too. But yeah, this is just nasty business. And while all this is happening, the top lane gets attacked as well. There it is. Another attack towards the keep. Nobody's dealing with it. Instead, they're focusing Maiev down at the bottom of the map. Good for that, but still. Look at that! Look at that split push! Farlander, the man doesn't give a fuck. He's just sitting there like, yeah, I'm gonna take your keep, I'm gonna take your core, and then I'm gonna take your girlfriend. What are you gonna do about it? Another one that falls. Imperius is dead, but Gazlo is going for the solo carry. You guys thought he was out of the meta. No, he's not. He was just training. He was training. Leg day. All day, every day. Look at him! Aggressive comes here trying to take him down. He doesn't give a shit. He's just sitting there. I'll be back, boys. I'm gonna pull an Arnie. So, yes, 13 to 9 kills. No, it's true, it's true. They have 9 kills. It's totally a thing. But yeah, the keeps are gone, and Gazlo, he'll be back. And the fights are continuing, and when it comes to team fighting, Vala is just sitting there saying like, hey boys, as long as you let me stack, we're gonna be fine. So there it is, 149 stacks for her. Gonna get another quest reward stack in just a second. And yep, here comes the damage. How much damage? All the damage. Phoenix is dead, Mirrodin is on the run. He's like, yeah, I don't like this. Get away from me. Misses the Stormbolt too, and Gazlo is back towards the top lane. He wants to get the objective for the boys, and he's already on the beacon. So, here we go. We're starting to chase Misha once more. More stacks for Vala. And Vala is already looking good here. Went for a Tempered by Discipline on level 13, but imagine how this is going to turn out once she gets Manticore. Mirrodin is just going to melt away. And the bottom keep is also nearly destroyed. Maitri a bit low, gets stunned again. Riptire is out. Maitri is alive, turns it around. Morenas, he dies. And there's the salvo. Unleashed is fighting back as best they can, and they get 2 kills. But the objective is nearly taken. And Renella, I mean... Alright, Renella, he's just like, alright boys, I got this. I got this. Maybe I don't got this. 92% by the way. Okay, that's ridiculous. 92% on the objective, and they haven't gotten it yet. What a game. Yeah, this is the HGCF, ladies and gentlemen. The Heroes Global Clown Fiesta. Here we are. We got 27 kills at the 20-minute mark. 12-minute mark, what am I talking about? 27. So they might get the objective, they might get the 100%, but no matter what they do here, the blue team will at least walk away with 92%, and at the bot lane, that means the keep's gone. So, yeah. Gazlo, he's back to business, of course. He's retaking it, down here at the bottom. They hold 1. Imperius is starting to move in. They want to get the catch. Where's that tether when you need it? There it is, the catch on Ice Score. But Phoenix makes it out. And Imperius misses his ult. And Phoenix, look at this, look at this. Gazlo's at it again. Gazlo is at it again. Fallener's chasing heroes, and the risk is just like, get away from me. I honestly, I don't really know what's going on there, but Gazlo is currently just chasing people. And the catapults are taking the core apart. 3 catapults made it to the top. 91% now on the core. But I absolutely love how Gazlo is just murdering everyone. He's just running them down. Literally running them down. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Imagine a conversation in voice. Dude, where were you? Why weren't you in the team fight? Well, I was chased down by Gazlo. You were what? Well, they go for Falender again. Gazlo's, by the way, sitting at 32,000 damage. Imperius is dead. Can they get the progress? No, but they can get Lucio. Lucio's down and Falender's down. Falender's... No! He's still alive! He's still alive. The shittiest actor in the game has once again feigned death. Nobody ever believed him. So, and there... Oh, I score. Careful, you don't want to die again. By the way, split push by F, ladies and gentlemen. May I introduce? Uther is down. Well, Uther activated his trade. He didn't actually die. He activated his trade. And instead, down at the bottom of the map, the last keep is destroyed. And Morenas is just going for the core. Like, boys, I got this. Vala is the only survivor here. She's still trying to get some damage connected. There's 4 survivors. But she's not going to make it. Morenas has to rush away. They still don't have control over the bottom beacon, so that's a problem. And I guess Phoenix is going to try to sneak in here. They're going for Morenas again. Alright, there's the jump, there's the Stormbolt. He's going to die. But he's not the only one, because now Junkrat at the top lane has been destroyed. And with them locking in the beacon again, it means that the progress is going to lead to a 100% objective for Team Ash. So off we go. We got the Zerg wave at the bottom of the map. 17 kills to 16. And yeah, wild game. Wild game. 200 stacks for Vala, just saying. Vala is at 200 stacks right now. They're sacrificing Maitri on the altar of the Zerg wave. I have no idea what's happening in this game, but it is just bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Full-on solo YOLO is what we're getting here time and time again, as they're trying to push them back. Neno P is at 60,000 damage with Vala and is working those auto attacks in. He only died once. Still playing this out nicely, and soon he's gonna have access to his level 20. Unless, of course, they end the game here. So, yeah, things are not looking too shabby for him. Big stacks. Big stacks. Divine Shield is out, and look how quickly that core is disappearing. 226 stacks for Vala. The core is gone. This is game. A 3-0 victory for Team Ash against Unleashed. They move on to the next round of the losers bracket, where they're gonna face off against Team Oxygen. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.